What up, man? It's Wacka, Flocka Flame, man. You watching Music Exclusive, nigga. Squad.
What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl, your Judy, your boy, Gabe, aka Cutie, and we are here at the Revolt Summit with Music Exclusive TV, and we have none other than my Gemini twin, Wacka Flocka Flame. What's going on, King?
I'm all right, twin. How you feeling, my boy?
I cannot complain. So we're here at the Revolt TV. What are you here to really receive?
Hey,
you just here to vibe?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was in the studio. I woke up on my mama's sofa. I fell asleep. And niggas like, yo, you got to come to Revolt. I'm like, all right, fuck it. We're just going to pull up and see what happens from there.
So he just decided to just come
Yeah, I'm here for the energy, man. Nothing else. So I don't got no message I'm trying to put across. I ain't trying to sell nothing. I ain't got no movie coming out. I don't got no single coming out. I'm here to receive the message, man.
And we have none other than only the owner of everything here. We are at the Revolt Summit Atlanta 2021, and we had to get Sharod, the owner of the God is Dope headquarters. How you doing, King?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed. How you doing, man?
Cannot complain. Thank you so much for allowing us as black people to really come in here and really join in to get the insight and news of the music industry, entertainment industry, get the gems of how to get currency and black money, just how you doing this right here. Like, how does it feel to really host one of the greatest summits in our industry and in our black culture?
I mean, honestly, it's crazy, man. You know, I've heard about the Revolt Summit. You know what I'm saying? I went to one, and it was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Last time I went, you know, just as somebody in the crowd, trying to learn the game.
Just trying to get the gems. Just trying to get those gems.
Yeah. So it's just like, you know, for me to host it. And you know, months and months of planning and everything like that. You know, from day one, it's just like, okay, it's possible.
Right,
you know,
absolutely.
Negotiations all the way into like really being in it, man. It's just amazing. And you know, Revolt, AT&T, they came in here and they just transformed the place.
Shout out to Revolt. Shout out to AT&T.
You know how to throw a party for sure.
Okay. Now talk about the process of you even creating and even having this venue. I know that you were saying that you own God is Dope, the great clothing line. Okay, I'm just, like, we would love God is Dope. I have plenty of clothing and threads from God is Dope. So talk about how you really evolved and starting from your clothing line and now owning your own headquarters for your whole clothing line.
Right. Well, we started in 2015. You know, just as a way to kind of bridge the gap between God and the youth. Just making something that's more, you know, for the culture. You know,
absolutely.
You know, you would think of like a shirt with God on it. It wasn't really like the most desirable. You know.
You remember the Jesus is my homeboy shirts?
Yeah. Look, you said it, not me. I ain't doing that. But you know, just whatever. I'm not saying anything in particular. But when you thought of it, you didn't necessarily think of just, you know, like
right.
What you think when you see God is Dope.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to add that to the culture and it was something that I liked, and when I wore it out, I would get reactions from people that was like, you know, unordinary. So I was like, maybe I should take this serious. You know?
Absolutely.
And, you know, one thing led to another. I got 5,000 shirts. I hit the streets. I was showing up at every event, every festival. You know what I'm saying? We got a store, you know, we got a factory, and I just been, you know, learning as I go.
You got to work.
Yeah, you got to
Staying consistent, you got to keep on working, you got to keep on doing what you're doing. And with you keep on working, what else do you have in store? You got this headquarters, you got God is Dope. Do we have more clothing lines? Do we have more shows coming up? Is this now like the venue of Atlanta? Like, should I start hitting you up? Should I start here? I see fashion shows coming up in here. I see all this in this venue. So talk about what else do we have speaking and coming up in the future.
It's unlimited potential. You know, honestly, when I bought it, I didn't think of any of this. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking we need space. We need space to ship. We need space to create. We need space for other opportunities for black businesses. So I created Windsor Street Market across the street. It's a container market for black-owned businesses and food trucks.
I love that.
It's about space for like 10 different businesses as far as like basically like clothing brands or people that sell
everything.
jewelry, candles, whatever. And then we got space for food trucks. and a bar and a balcony. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
It could be like green, it could be late night yoga. You know.
Okay, late night yoga.
It's open. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Possibilities are endless.
Now, with hip hop being such a really great factor in your life, what exactly do you feel how did hip hop influence you into bringing yourself and growing your brand and growing your venue and growing your passion on what exactly you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's in me. You know what I'm saying? Coming up, as a child, listening to Jay, listening to Nas, listening to really, my uncle. He not necessarily hip hop, but R&B. You know what I'm saying?
That's still hip hop too. R&B is still hip hop.
He's a legend in Chicago. Shout out to Phil Davis.
Period.
Public announcement.
Public announcement, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
John Doe, all that. That's my uncle. So it's in me. You know.
It's already in the blood.
So it's influential. So anything I create, anything I do, anything I say, it's hip hop.
Absolutely. Well, listen, King, I really appreciate you coming and joining us on Music Exclusive. Thank you for allowing us to be in your venue, okay? Blessing up here, okay? Blessing us. And let us know, where can we find you? Where are all your socials? Where exactly can we see all your stuff?
You can follow the brand at God is Dope.
Of course.
God is Dope. You can follow me personally at Sharod Can't Sing.
Okay, thank you so much. We have the CEO of Revolt TV, the person that pretty much started this whole thing of the summit. Detavio in the building. Got the grills on.
Yeah, grilled up.
Over
Pleasure
here
to meet you, fam.
How you doing, King?
Man, I'm beautiful, man. It's beautiful to see all of our people out here. It's beautiful to see the culture representing in the way that the culture represents. I'm having a blast, King.
Absolutely. Now, let me tell you something. This is my first time here at the Revolt Summit, and I cannot say that I'm blessed, and it's so overwhelming of seeing all this black excellence, black culture, all of this blackness over here, just trying to get this insight, these gems, all of these things that we really need for us to grow into being who we are. So what really started and what really motivated you on becoming the CEO and becoming who you are today?
Yeah, man. Look, everything you just said. You said you feel blessed. You feel grateful. To see what you're seeing. I feel the same way. I feel like God put me on the path I didn't even see or understand long time ago, and this feels like the manifestation of all of it. For a long time, I was trying to be an entrepreneur on my own, trying to figure it out on my own. And at one point in time, I was like, I'm gonna lock in, and at some point in time, the right opportunity is gonna come. And that's what Revolt feels like. It's like, now that I'm here, I'm like, God built me for this moment. He designed me for this moment. And I feel like I can't tell you how blessed I feel every single day. So I feel the same way you do. I get to look at black excellence, watch the culture. I'm honored to be able to serve in this moment. And so like, it's just a beautiful thing for me, fam.
Now let's talk about because me personally, I love Revolt TV. I got Sling TV, so the purpose of me having Sling TV is because they got Revolt.
Say less.
Okay, so now let's talk about the evolving of Revolt TV.
Yeah.
How you guys started and where you guys are going. What more can we expect with Revolt? Because I see like we have black news now. We have more shows about black excellence.
That's right.
We now have TD Jakes. Y'all, we got our own little TBN on Revolt TV.
That's exactly
we
right.
got TD Jakes on every Sunday.
That's exactly
right.
right.
So let's talk about more things that you have coming up for Revolt.
Yes, sir. So over the last 18 months, the three things we've been focused on is pushing towards digital, where we know our audience is, reinventing our content portfolio and strategy, the things that you're talking about, and the third one was finding our soul, anchoring ourselves in something. We firmly anchored ourselves in this movement, fighting for the fight for black liberation, and so like now we feel like we have those things popping. So what you're gonna see going forward, Revolt wakes up every day trying to create the black Disney. We're not competing with BET. We're not competing with anybody making less than $1 billion. Disney's 65 billion. Like, we coming for them. You want to talk about? It took Disney, Pixar 30 years to put a black face on. Nah, we're gonna create a black Pixar. You know what I'm saying? Like, we believe there's Marvel. We believe that black people have superhero comic, all of that stuff in our ideas. What we are set on is freeing black creatives to do what we know black people have always been able to do. And we believe that when we do that, we will shift the narrative for our people across the world. So that's what we focus on. You're just gonna see more and more and more of that. We letting our people talk. Earn Your Leisure is letting us talk that wealth talk. We're getting ready to launch a black Shark Tank. TD Jakes is the way we talk faith. Like, we are putting the pen in the hands of black people and letting us do what we do.
Absolutely, we have to do it. Now, are we still going to keep it hip hop? Because you know it's music exclusives and
Yeah.
it's always about music. So
Yeah.
we gotta know, are we still gonna keep it hip hop? Because a lot of these networks, they love to go and steer and do different things, but they always steer away and not keep it hip hop.
I got you. So our truth is probably this. In the same way Disney started with Mickey Mouse, and that has always been the tip of the spear, the cartoon. Hip hop is always gonna be the tip. We never gonna abandon hip hop.
Period.
But do I believe that there are other places that we should? Who's doing black women right in video right now? Not one. Who's got the black Nickelodeon taking care of our kids? Not one. So hip hop will always be our core and our anchor. But we're gonna build in all the places where they never let black media play. We're gonna build in all the places where they never let black creators play. We're gonna do all of that for our people.
Thank you so much. Listen, as long as hip hop is involved.
Oh,
in
it's
this,
the front. It's the
that's
tip of the spear.
That's the number
It's the tip
one.
of the spear. Yeah. All day.
As long as that's the number
All
one,
day,
then
all
it's
day.
always going to be good.
All
Listen,
day.
King, I thank
Yes,
you
sir.
so much. I have none other than legendary DJ Envy in the building with music exclusives. What's going on, King? How are you?
How's everything? I'm doing
I
good.
cannot complain. How are you today, and what are you going to be speaking about? I cannot wait to hear what you're going to be doing.
I don't know what I'm talking about today either, but we're going to find out in a little bit. I mean, it's Revolt, so you just never know.
It's actually going to be a little bit about your black wealth and growing with black money. So you are actually one of someone that I look up to with all of your black businesses. You with real estate, you having a business with Juicing, with Angela Yee, your whole DJ brand. How exactly do you keep all of this up with your businesses as a black man and doing what you got to do? Also being a family man as well, growing your family as another father again. Congratulations. So talk about how exactly do you keep juggling all of these businesses around?
Oh, it's very simple. Team. You see that black lady over there to the right of me?
With the nice little selfie, I got the same color.
Yeah. That's my assistant, all right? You see the person to the left? That's my manager.
Okay.
The person to the right? He's just everything else. Now, I'm just kidding. But now I keep a strong team around me, and my team takes care of everything. I mean, my team follows my vision. They allow me to be creative and allow me to do stupid shit, and they usually clean it up.
Absolutely. That's pretty much what I do for the guy behind the camera, okay? Because I'm actually the executive assistant as well. So you got to have that team for you to grow.
Correct.
Exactly. I really appreciate you,
Thank
Kay,
you,
for
man.
really
Thank you so
joining
much.
us. I really
appreciate you,
cannot
man.
wait
Thank you.
for what we are going to be hearing. We are going to get back to you at Revolt Summit. We are here at the Revolt Summit 2021 with none other than Lacrae, who just wrapped up a great seminar talking about black money in America. How are you, King?
I'm wonderful, man. I'm wonderful. I'm here at the summit, man. We giving back to the culture.
We have to. So
Yeah.
let's talk about all of this that you had just discussed. What are some more gems that you could probably provide for all of us in the making that are growing to really grow and be black money makers and
Yeah.
really trying to be out here and really doing our own?
Yeah, I mean, we got to invest in ourselves. That's the biggest thing right now is understanding our buying power. Like I said, it's $1.3 trillion worth of buying power. We make up 14% of the population, but only 1% of us are in the stock market. And I want to break these things down. I created a YouTube series called Protect the Bag. It's out right. First episode's out right now. Me and Michael Porter Jr. from the Denver Nuggets, and we breaking this stuff down, man, so people can understand what's going on.
Absolutely. Now, starting off in the music industry and all of that, how exactly can you say what is the best way for you to transition and really do your thing into making your own money into black money and making your own money as an artist? And because of the fact that we all know as being artists, we always probably have to owe somebody and
Right.
the record labels
Right.
and all of that. So what are some gems that you could probably provide for artists or anything in the hip hop game or in music or entertainment itself as to maybe making your own income while you're also trying to go for your dreams?
You got to think of being an entertainer like being an athlete. You know, athletes only have a short time period to make the most amount of their money. So you may be an athlete for 10 years. That's when you're going to make the most money. And you got to take that money and set it up so that it can pay you for the rest of your life. And I think a lot of times we don't realize that. Like we have to be, rich. You could be rich today, but wealth lasts a lifetime, for generations. So it's really understanding as an artist, when you get that show money, or you get that big check from a royalty or something along those lines, take that money and invest it. Don't just go blow it on being, on the fly things. You know what I'm saying? So 50 30-20 rule. That's one of the first things we talk about on the Protect the Bag episode. 50% of your money need to go to, you know, your what you have to live, your bills and so on and so forth. Then you could take 30% and buy you a little something nice, you know what I'm saying? But 20% needs to go to some savings and investments. And you need to repeat this plan again and again and again so that you can prosper out here.
We are on day 2 of the Revolt Summit 2021, and we got my guy Rodney, who is hosting one of the events today. What's going on,
The whole
Rodney?
goddamn thing is what I'm the whole main stage all day, every day.
Stage.
You know what? I ain't like your intro. You know why?
You want me to do it over?
No, you know why I ain't like it?
Why didn't?
Because you ain't shout out Jersey, man. What you doing,
Listen,
fam?
listen.
And we both got the
I was
little
gonna
ears.
do that
We both got the
next.
little ears going on. Come on, brother.
I mean,
so
you
many
know, one of
points
my ears is bigger than the other two, so like.
Oh yeah.
You know, you gotta look. You gotta pay
Very.
attention.
You gotta know self. You gotta know self at all times.
But listen, Jersey is in the house and
Thanks.
in the building. We got Irvington over here. We got you know the Jersey Shore. We got Ocean. So how
you
are
fist pump?
I'm not the one to fist pump all the time.
I hate that Jersey Shore
I'm the one.
was ever made.
I'm more of the Jersey Club. Like you know what I'm saying.
You pop lock?
I do a little pop lock. I do a little sexy walk. I do a riding up the wedge.
Sexy
you feel
walk.
me?
I heard you.
You
All
feel
right,
me?
cool,
You
all right.
know, I do all that. That Jersey Shore fist pump thing, that's not for me.
I hate it. Everywhere I go, people always reference the Jersey Shore, and like we don't talk like that. Like that's not, especially where I'm from. We don't do that. I'm from the shore, so that kind of is.
And plus, the people that were on the Jersey Shore, they
Not
weren't
from
the
Jersey.
Jersey Shore. They're not from Jersey.
They're from
So,
Jersey, period. From Staten Island.
Little tidbit for that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So,
Sorry.
let's talk about this event and what
Yeah.
this Revolt Summit. Talk about the transition and everything of how you got here. You started off, like we said, from Jersey, so you're hosting and all of that. How did you begin?
Man, that's a loaded question. So, I graduated high school and I moved down south, right? And I went to North Carolina A&T State University. I left college. I moved to Atlanta. And down here, there's this like real cultural club lounge called Apache Lounge.
Okay.
And it's a place that I used to go to get like my artistic fuel. And I had a son. And when I had my son, I moved back to Jersey. I had to have a job, but now I had a gaping hole in like my creativity in a place to like refuel my creative energy. And so I founded this traveling artistic series called the Heart Gallery Things We Love. It turned into a phenomenon in Jersey. We did that in Montclair, DC, and New York. We had amazing talent like Ari. Just so many great talents came through. And serendipitously, in addition to curating and operating this event, somebody was like, yo, you're a dope host. They're looking for new hosts for 106 in Park. And so they referred me. I ended up hosting 106 in Park off and on for like a month and a half.
Okay.
And after that, I had a show on CW, Music Choice, BET, and now I have the show on Revolt. I had a show on OWN. So it's been like a long, I know it's a lot.
It's elevation.
But it's important. It's an important, like,
You got to start
understanding
somewhere,
of the journey.
and then
Right,
it's
'cause people-
elevation.
People only see you where you exist currently and have no point of reference for everything that you had to endure to get to that point. Not to say that I'm even close to where I want to end up, but it's important for me to acknowledge my steps.
Right. So basically, you were saying that you had the business that you had. Was it an event business?
Yeah,
Were you doing?
it was like an artistic smorgasbord. So the centerpiece of it all was live music. So we
Okay.
would have artists come through and perform. So we had like Jesse Boykins III, Ari Lennox, Maroof, Bilal, Emily King, Bridget Kelly. Just a wide spectrum of really brilliant and talented artists.
All in the tri-state area? Is this in the tri-state area? Or
Well,
is
the
this
event
now-
happened, but we had acts come from as far as Seattle and London. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So it was like a really it was a really big deal. And in addition to the music, we have vendors come through and sell everything from candles to clothing. So it was like a concert meets trunk show. And during that time period, man, it really was. It was a phenomenon. I'm
Right.
really thankful. Really thankful.
Something that actually one of my mentors always tells me is to always stay consistent. And clearly, this is something that you have done. And so let's talk about like you and your consistency and how important it is to stay consistent to actually get to the goals that you want.
Yeah.
And being where you are, which is hosting 3 days of the Revolt Summit and actually doing your thing. So let's talk about that and dive into that a little
Yeah,
bit.
consistency is important. I think the thing that's most important to be consistent in is your effort, right? Because in this industry, you do have to be like water. I was just telling my cameraman over here that I had to edit a video yesterday that was due, like in Premiere, that I had for a client. I own my own production and ideation company. So I have to be like water. I have to be adaptable and be able to do this, that, and that. But the thing that always remains consistent, regardless of what I'm doing, whether it's writing, acting, hosting, anything, is my effort. I want to show up and I want to put forth my absolute best effort so that whatever I'm doing in this regard for somebody else, they recognize that my effort is sustainable and essentially transferable to any other thing that they need me to do. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. So the effort, you have to put consistent and effort together, and then you'll get to where you got to be.
I think that's the biggest compliment that you can give somebody of this generation, because we're so flighty. It's like, damn, dog, you are very consistent.
Honestly.
Like, you show up continuously in the same way. And I'm moody as hell, so my mood is a little different, but my effort, you got to acknowledge. So
that's really.
But my effort is, whether I'm in a good mood or bad mood, you know that when it comes to the work, when it's time to work, you're going to get my maximum effort every
100%.
time.
And that's really, honestly, I'm the same way, because anytime that anybody tells me how I'm doing well and all of that, that's something that fuels you. You know what I'm saying? So
be careful, though.
Yeah.
Be careful, because if you live for the applause, you're going to die by the boot.
Oh, no, but listen, because I'm not also living for that applause, but that's something that also fuels but also motivates me, but that's not the main goal.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But that's also, like, for me, I feel like when you put that effort and you get those end results, that's really the best thing ever for me.
That's so interesting. I was talking to my son. My son is 13, and he was like, Dad, I feel really good right now. So I'm like, yo, like, why do you feel good? He was like, because my grades are so good, I feel good about it. You know, I wasn't doing good academically, and now I am. I feel good. And so, and I'm not trying to change who you are or your wiring, but it's very important for us to not cling to outcomes as much as we cling to knowing that we are able. Because we're going to have some shit we make is not going to be great. It's not going to be good, right? Like, some outcomes are not going to live up to our expectations and standards. And so, more so than clinging to the outcome of a thing, you really should just be happy about the fact that you are able to
even do it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So basically what you're saying is appreciate the process.
Yes.
What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl, your Judy, your boy, Gabe, a.k.a. Cutie, and we are back at the Revolt Summit 2021 here in Atlanta, Georgia, and we have none other than the very own Gia Peppers, one of the best hosts that I have ever seen out here, honey. Okay, yes, Flip's hair.
Okay.
I have never seen nothing like you, and I'm here for this personality.
Thank
you
you.
Just finished doing a whole gig on the Revolt Summit for Moguls in the Making. How was that, Queen?
Oh, I love talking to the students. Like, students are just so pure, and like they haven't been in the world yet, and they have so many dreams, and they remind you of your why, like why you started, why you hustled, what made you want to dream in the first place. And so just connecting with them, and Terrence J, who is always an incredible like human being to just connect with.
Absolutely.
It was actually a really great morning.
So speaking of all about your why, what was your why? Let's talk about your why, about how you started and why you even wanted to do this.
Yeah, it's like a 3-prong thing, but I get a Spark Notes version. Essentially, my dad is a journalist, and I grew up watching my dad, and he's such an incredible creative and such an incredible just voice and North Star in my life. And my mom's a dentist, so she was like, you either gonna
do this, or you gonna
go to school and get a grad school degree, or you gonna figure something out.
Okay.
But you're not. I wanted to be a dancer, singer, actress. She was like, no. She was like Cheryl Lee Ralph in Sister Act 2. And she was like, you ain't gonna be on the corner singing your
does not pay the bills. Okay, singing does not.
You ain't gonna be out here singing your shoulda, coulda, wouldas on the corner, Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
I used to be watching that scene like, I know, Lauren. I know. And so my mom was like, nah. So I had to get a degree in something. And I ended up being a person who actually realized I do love storytelling. I do love creating an incredible environment for people, whether I'm live event hosting or on a show. Like, I love people's energy. I love people. And so it just naturally all worked out that way, and I really hustled super hard. Shout out to Music Exclusives, one of my first gigs on cameras. Gang over here.
Gang.
And so, you know, that hustle is real, right? That New York hustle, like, it shapes you into who you're supposed to be. It chews you up and spits you out. But if you could stay on the ride, it really, you know, just takes you to where you need to be. And so, yeah, I think for me, it was storytelling. It was being a black woman in media. It was Free. It was Oprah. It was Queen Latifah. All those folks that I used to watch and be like, I could do that. I could really do that. And now, like, I have Free's number. Like,
oh my gosh.
Queen Latifah knows who I am. Like, it's what I don't even know.
Now you can text Free and just say, hey girl, what's the tea?
I'm gonna be like, Free, what's up, sis? But she's not weird like that. She be like, girl, don't hit my phone. What's up? Don't act crazy. I'm like, okay. But yeah, so I think that's it. Like, the storytelling aspect of it, the DNA of the human beings we look up to me has always been so important to, like, I used to be that girl in the magazine aisles reading J14 and
Yes.
rolling
Oh my
out and
gosh.
all those magazines that we used to have growing up while my mom was grocery shopping. So like I was always just
You was
obsessed
always in the
with
corner, just,
entertainment.
I was probably the one doing the same thing, looking in the Word Up magazine,
Word
eating my
Up.
Reese's,
Eating my York peppermint patties for me. I'm
Okay.
86. I've been 86 since I was little. So
Listen.
yeah, that's it.
So as a content creator like myself and as an on-air host that's growing into being something and being in the likes of you, it's hosting in Revolt Summit, what are some gems as a mogul in the making? What are some gems that you can provide for music exclusive to let everybody else know to do and to grow?
Yeah, mogul. I feel like the term mogul means that you can do anything and you do it well, and you do it with a business mind, and you know how to make lucrative decisions, but you also know how to make intentional decisions that serve you mind, body, soul, and spirit, and also serve your pocket, right? So being a student of all of those areas is important to, I think, managing and mastering yourself and then your career, right? Like when you talk to Hove and you talk to all these folks or you hear them talk about it, they often just talk about like the inside out. Like it's so dope to see him grow into a person who's in therapy and like not just do hustle, right? So if we learn anything from this, about taking care of your inner self, but also making sure you're saying what you want to say. What is your voice to say? What do you want to do? Like try to learn that as much as possible, because everything else is just showing up.
Exactly.
Like and everything else is just getting in the room. Everything else is first impressions. Like, are you a person that walks into a room? Are you knowledgeable? Like, do you know the folks? Can you name their last 6 projects? Like, are you going into rooms to just like have fun and take pictures? Are you really trying to network and like tell people that you admire them? Because I don't care if it's Beyonce and Oprah. It never gets old to hear somebody say, I love your work. Your work matters to me. Your work inspires me.
Yeah.
That never gets old. I don't care. It might get, like redundant, but it's still, you never know. The industry is hard. It's traumatic, right? So you never know what somebody just went through. They could be the best #1 Grammy Award selling artists of all time, but they could also have a person that just died yesterday, right?
You never know what
life be
happen.
lifing to everybody. So you never know what your one, hey, I really, really appreciated the way that you acted in that last film. That line that you said brought a tear to my eye, and it reminded me of my grandmother, and thank you. You never know.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying? So I think networking with intention and taking care of yourself from the inside out, and then hustle, just go hard.
Just go hard.
Don't let nobody tell you can't do it, because you can. And the only way to stay in the game is to stay in the game. So don't quit. It's hard. It's easier said than done. I done quit several times.
Stay the road.
But put your foot back, put your shoes back on, get back in the ring.
Okay, put them boots back on and stay the course. That's really one thing that I personally love about being content creator, even doing journalism and everything like that. Learning about everybody and understanding that we're all human.
Yeah.
Low key, we're all the same people.
Especially black people.
Especially black
household.
people.
It's
Okay, we are all the same people. So to understand and know that with the inner, just like you were saying, you have to go in the inner self first, and then you will exude with going outside. That's really what the best is. I just kind of feel like so, thank you, girl. Okay.
We love it. You're so great.
Thank you.
You're really great.
Thank you.
Leo, he has a good eye for talent. Okay, he got a good eye. So
thank you so much, Gia, for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you so much. And let us know where we can find you at all your socials.
Yes.
Do you have anything coming up in the future? Little secret.
But I am dropping Give You the Game is my series, and so during the pandemic I did Free Game Fridays, and essentially it didn't make sense to have 2 brands, so I put them all together, and now I'm gonna compile them all for YouTube and podcasts, so everyone can listen to the interviews with Unique Jones Gibson, who is the founder of Because of Them We Can, and culture tags. If you don't have culture tags, you're anti-black. No, I'm just playing. It's like taboo for black folks, right? You got to get it.
I love culture tags.
Culture tags is everything. Get it. Like, but she talks about like her inspiration and like why she does what she does. She's also like a pastor, so it's so inspiring. With Anifa, who's the founder of Hanifa Official, who probably had the best 2020 ever. She changed the game with digital fashion shows Prada ended up like literally she changed the game. And so many other Taylor Rooks, so many other John Wall, so many other incredible people who I just love to talk to. Debbie Allen, who is my everything.
Yes.
So definitely check that out. It'll be coming soon. And then 2022, we're speaking, is going to be an incredible, game-changing, mind.
What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl, your Judy, your boy, Gabe, a.k.a. Cutie from Music Exclusives, and we have none other than L.A. the GOAT in the building.
Yes, sir.
What's
Ski.
going on, son? How are you, bro?
What's going on, man? You know, chilling, cold as hell.
Cold?
Yeah,
We in Atlanta.
I'm from Florida.
It's not too much of a difference, though.
Man,
I'm from Jersey, so are you really cold?
Hell yeah, that's
I
a different type of cold.
It is a different type of cold. I'm actually warm as hell right
see
now.
you got a t-shirt. Ain't no way I could do that.
I'm actually pretty warm right now. So how you been? How is everything going? Congratulations on signing with Def Jam. How is the experience with that, and how you been with your music?
I mean, it's definitely like a big, like it's big to me because I growed up like watching Def Jam, Fight for New York, the tours, everything. So to actually be on the label is like, it's big, and especially in my city because this ain't no everyday thing in my city. This ain't like, I ain't from Atlanta, so you know it's different at home. But
Exactly. So
everything been good.
saying that you are not from Atlanta, you're saying now you are from what? Tampa, Florida. First and foremost, I have been in college. I went to college in Full Sail University in Orlando. So I was always in Gainesville, almost every single weekend trying to get it lit. So tell me about the transition of the music that you have with starting off, because you started off at the age of what, 4 and 5 rapping and shit. So let's talk about that. What exactly were you talking about at 4 and 5? What mentality did you have at the age of 4 and 5 to really start spitting?
I mean, see, the thing about that is, like, I'm like a millennium. Like, I was born in 94.
Okay.
But, like, I grew up in the millennium. So, you know, Bow Wow and Romeo was out. So, you know, they rapping. I'm like, shit, I can Harlem Shake, too. so,
you know, we could all do a little,
exactly.
okay?
So, like, that's a big influence. And it's crazy that I'm signed to the same label he signed to.
Absolutely.
I mean, what was Bow Wow? So, you know, like, that whole kind of, like, introduced me to rap. That's the first concert I ever went to.
So shout out to Bow Wow.
Yeah,
That's the case. Okay,
definitely.
shout out to Bow Wow for starting LA to go and being his inspiration. Okay, right?
And I mean, Bow Wow is a lot of rappers like
Absolutely.
They ain't gonna say it now.
They not gonna say it,
yeah.
but Bow Wow at the end of the day for us millenniums,
Yeah.
he is legendary.
Yeah,
That's the reason why they got that whole Millennium Tour. I attended
And
it.
it's selling out.
I attended the Millennium Tour. I had my whole outfit on from back in the 2000, 99 to 2000. Had my little felines on and all that, okay? So I already know how it is. So with you and living in Tampa and all of that, what was your life like? What was growing up like with you being the oldest of 8 kids? You know what I'm saying? How exactly did you have any responsibilities? I'm sure you did try to, you know, maintain all your brothers and sisters and all of that. So talk about that and how you influenced that into your music.
I mean, well, I got 6 little sisters, and then I got a little brother.
So mostly girls, and 1 boy. Okay.
So it's like I gotta be the protector, sometime to provide, all that. So,
Absolutely.
You know, it's just like builds responsibility. Like, you know, you can't fuck up, because if you mess up, it could be like bad.
It can mess everything up.
I just stay on my pivot. You know, try to teach my sisters like, don't deal no dudes like me. You know, stuff like.
We gotta try to stay away from being, you know what I'm saying? What's dudes like you? What does that mean? Dudes like you.
I mean, like the old me. I'm a ladies man. I like to set them. I like to make sure everybody chilling and stuff. So, you know, if that requires me being a little flirtatious sometimes I go overboard. Hope my girl don't see this. No,
Oh my gosh.
You know I love you, baby.
Listen, what's your sign? Hopefully you know.
I'm a Scorpio. My birthday was just
see?
on Sunday.
These Scorpios, that's the reason why you probably so. Thank God for the woman in his life. He ain't doing nothing bad out here, girl. Okay, he's chilling. Now let's talk about your songs that you've had in the past. You had a major song with legendary Rick Ross. How exactly was that process of 8 bands, the remix, and what exactly did you get out of the inspiration of Rick Ross with working with Rick Ross?
Well, I mean, y'all know JD, the king of remixes.
Of course.
So when he hit me, he was like, let's do a remix. I was like, I knew it was coming. Yes. All right, who we got? So he was like, I'm thinking the City Girl. And I was like, yeah, but no, you know. I want like somebody who I want to work with. And he was like, what about Ross? And I was like, hey. So then he hit Ross up, and like I literally got the song back the same day, because I guess he liked the song that much. He was like, yeah. I'm like,
once you get that song back, once the artist hears the beat and he has something to say, that's how you know it's gonna be a hit.
Exactly. So yeah, like, and it's just like I grew up on Rick Ross from the Port of Miami.
Absolutely.
To Teflon Don. Like I'm from Florida, so you know Rick Ross, that's the biggest.
He's the legendary of Miami and Florida. So how did that experience feel with you even working with him? Were you able to meet and talk to him, get some gems, all of that? Like what exactly did he put into your life for you to even grow and keep on emerging into being who you are?
I guess basically just on some shit like you don't only gotta be no rapper, you can do a bunch of shit. And you could get rich. This just like the beginning of it. He like, you could be in movies, you can do what I'm doing, all type of shit. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. He like, it just opened the door for all of that.
That's a fact. Us as black men and black artists, we have to understand that music is not the only lane for us. You know what I'm saying? It could be something that starts it off, and then from there, as long as we know what we're doing and we continue to get to the bag, you got to keep doing what you got to do and keep that generational wealth, right? All right, so let's talk about this song, Bounce It. I love me some Big Frida.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I will let you know this right now, okay? Like I love me some Big Frida. Okay, so let's talk about Bounce It and the inspiration of how you even had to bounce music, because I didn't even me living in Orlando, I didn't even know that it had bounce music like that. I didn't even know that it went over and crossed over to Florida.
It's big. And then with me having 6 little sisters, like
of course,
my youngest sister is they twin, they 14, so it's like they. Like over the times, like they'll be in the house, then I'm like, sit y'all ass down. But I hear the music, what they listen to is Big Frida. It's like Sissy Knows. It's what's the other girl? I can't think of her name right now. Re-Up Reading, stuff like that. So it's like that New Orleans influence was big, like in Tampa, like crazy. So it's like when I made the song, I know the lyrics may not seem like it, but I was in the mind of like my sisters and how they dance, how they want to have fun. So it's like a fun song. So you know. The lingo in Florida different, but it's like we ain't disrespecting nobody.
Absolutely not.
You get your own money, you hanging out, and then it's like with Frida, people don't never like give Frida his credit. You feel me? Like
you gotta give him his credit.
He started the bounce movement.
Absolutely,
So
we love Big Frida.
So it's like when it was like the video and stuff, Def Jam all for like equal opportunities and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna be the first person to put him in the video who did a song. And like, I don't mind. Like, I don't have nothing against Big Frida. So we talk, we chop it up and stuff. And Big Frida give me gems too. Like, no matter what nobody say, you gotta do what you feel is right to do. So
I love that. I love that. Shout out to Big Frida doing this thing out here in New Orleans and all over the globe. Definitely. We love that for you, and we love the song Bounce as well. Appreciate so tell us about what else you got going on. We got more tours coming up. We got more music coming up. We got more futures coming up. We got any music exclusive news that you could maybe drop for us? Maybe like a drop for a feature that may be coming?
I mean, the EP drop on the 19th.
Okay.
So next Friday, and I'm gonna be back out here because where else you gonna like celebrate your release of your music?
It has to be Atlanta.
In the music capital. So I'm definitely gonna be. I think I'm gonna go to Magic City though.
Hey, you gonna throw them dollars, huh?
Yeah, I ain't never been. And strip club culture real big.
It
in my
is.
city, so it's like I want to see what y'all strip clubs like now.
Atlanta strip clubs. I've been.
You could get stabbed, wings.
You could get anything over there. One thing that I've been to, I will say that I went to Blue Flame one time, and it was an experience.
What's up? It's Big Mo checking in with Music Exclusive, and we're here live at the Revolt Summit 2021. I have with me right now Unghetto Mathieu. How you doing today?
I'm good.
All right, so talk to me. Is this your first Revolt Summit?
No. This is my third one. I went to the first one in Atlanta, the second one in LA, and now I'm here.
Okay, so this will be your second one in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
So can you talk to us about the difference between when you first started coming to the Revolt Summit and now being an artist here at the Revolt Summit, the difference or anything that you've learned in the meantime?
Definitely the difference. At first, I was walking up to people trying to gain opportunity. Now it's the other way around.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So talk to me a bit about your single. We know you have a single with YB and Amir. Talk to me about that process, the process of creating the single and all the background behind it.
So with that single, Chatter, which is going to be a hit, get real big real soon. You know what I'm saying? It's over $1 million, but it's gonna get bigger. Shout out my boy YB and Amir. Basically, we came up with that on. I had went to LA because I had like freshly signed with Epic Records, so they flew me to LA, and it was one of my first times in LA. So I was just in the LA vibe. So we just wanted to make something that sound tropical, sunny. You know what I'm saying? Fun, summertime, and we just got together with that, and it was kind of like two young. Can I say? Two young guys. You know what I'm saying? Working. You feel me? And it was like, it just felt natural because we was both young, we both doing our thing, we crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely, and you definitely were able to capture that with that single. Talk to us a little bit about working with Wapalo. I know that's a major producer with music videos. Talk to us a little bit about that process and shooting your music video.
Yo, shout out Wapalo, bro. He made it mad fun, I ain't gonna lie. Like, Wapalo made it mad fun, he made it natural, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always feel like I gotta like battle the director, but he really let me do what I wanna do. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, I'm on a slide falling through the sky and all types of crazy shit. Like, Wapalo, my boy, like, Wapalo, shout out him.
Awesome.
He made it fun.
So, with this being your second Revolt Summit, what is something that you hope people can take away from this Revolt Summit that they maybe haven't in the past, or that maybe you as an artist didn't take away initially as just a viewer? What's something you hope people take away from the 2021 Summit? I
hope that y'all go home with a fire and a burning passion, and of course a phone full of connections, and you know, just not trying to go for not trying to just take and benefit off of just, of course you want relationships to be mutually beneficial, but you also want to be able to service and, you know, benefit whoever, you know, you talk to in whatever kind of way, whatever it may be. You don't want to just be a leech. You want to be able to build good relationships and not just think about like, what can I get from this, but just be good to people, and, you know, it'll naturally come back, you know, in the future. That's just how it works, for real.
Definitely. Well, you definitely dropped some gems here at Music Exclusive. Let everyone know where they can find you and what new is coming up with you.
You can find me at Unghetto, Mathieu, Unghetto Mathieu, on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that. You know what I'm saying? All that. Unghetto, if the sun yellow, you think I'm dumb mellow, but your girl know I'm a fun fellow. I'm out.
What's up, guys? We're here live at the Revolt Summit 2021, and I am here with Robbie World.
What's happening? Yeah.
Is this your first Revolt Summit?
This is actually my first Revolt Summit.
Wow. So, with your following growing to what it has grown over the last year, with you having a huge following across several different social media platforms, what's something you hope to take away from this being your first Revolt Summit?
I just want to take away the information that's been shared, the gems, the keynotes, like just everybody else's journey, to see how I can blueprint for my own. You know what I'm saying? Because we really never at the top of the mountain. There's always going to be a bigger mountain to accomplish.
Right, I love that. Yeah. So with there always being a bigger mountain to accomplish, what is that one moment or that one opportunity that's next for Robbie World? What is that one breakthrough that you feel is really going to put you on?
It's multiple. It's not just going to be just one. A movie deal, like producing, directing, filming my own movies, that's one. Even starting a family, that's just a different milestone of success. It just depends, you know, so.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
We love to see it. So who are some of the highlighted acts and panelists that you're looking forward to seeing this year?
Definitely Drewski. Some more people. And I'm just, all of them really, just all of them. I'm just happy to be here.
Definitely. So can you talk to us a little bit about your journey through comedy and how comedy has helped you, how it has built you as a person?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I actually, you gonna get the exclusive. Actually, I had cancer, so I did comedy on Vine for my depression because that was the only thing that was like making me happy, and I actually just transformed it to an art. So I started doing like stuff on Instagram, and I just elevated it. Every year, it just got better and better and colder. So, and now we're here.
That is beautiful. That's a beautiful testimony, especially using comedy to overcome something as, you know, life-changing as cancer.
Yes.
So, with you being at the Revolt Summit, around all of these really, really big names, what is next for Robbie World? What is some things we can look forward to seeing for you?
Movies, You know what I'm saying? More content. I'm actually working on my following on Facebook. I'm gonna work just taking over all of it. Just taking over all of it.
That is amazing. Well, you guys heard it here first at the Revolt Summit live with musicexclusive.com. I am Big Mo, and let the people know where they can find you, Robbie World.
Oh, you can find me at Robbie World, ROB 3 Eyes World on everything.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.